There are so many stressful parts to being a dentist, and I'm talking Nachos. We strive to help you with the three most important things Dental Nachos does: increase success, decrease stress, and most of all, help you reduce the number of times you feel like crying inside a day. My special guest today and supporting sponsor is thrilled to share what they do. Share with our audience who you are and what you do to help dentists cry less inside.
Thanks, Paul. My name is JJ Littrell. I am co-founder of Tuatara, which is a strategic finance agency. And the way we like to say it is, dentistry can be owning a dentist practice can be confusing, it can be complex, and it can be costly. And at Tuatara, we make those things less. We want your owning your practice and running your practice to be less complex, less confusing, and less costly. And like you like to say, Paul, we want people to cry less. And we allow people to do that easily and succinctly through our reporting package.
I love that. If we deepen the details, being a dental practice owner can be amazingly awesome, and it can also be highly annoying. There's so many vendors and people we have to deal with and pay. This thing does this thing. Kind of distill it down into like, what are you doing for these practice owners? What kind of impact are you making in the different categories of their practice life?
You make a great point. There are so many things that need to happen to be able to run a successful dental practice. And sometimes it can feel a bit like herding cats and trying to get a bunch of different languages to all come together. And so I like to think of us as like a translation tool or a decoder ring, where we can bring kind of that one point of truth together where you can clearly articulate your goals to each of the functions that you're using, whether it's inside your practice or if you have advisors outside of your practice, getting everybody on the same page, speaking the same language, so that you can know without a doubt that everything that you're working on, all of these initiatives and objectives that you're putting out there, you can feel good that you're actually making progress towards those goals. And at the end of the day, we want you to make more, work less, have great patient outcomes, and have an excellent quality of life. And you can do that without having to spend more time and energy. And I think that's the biggest key.
I love it. You align with our goals of crying less inside. That's my main goal. I get up every day and I do it. So tell us a little bit about maybe a client or a dentist that you've had an impact on, you've helped, and a little bit about their story.
Sure. So we have a practice that's doing a scratch endo here in the Southeast, and they're in the midst. It was literally a hole right now that they're building out, and we're going through the process with them of what would it feel like to be a patient in this practice, and using our language. We like to use things that everybody can understand across any of the different functions. So we like to use car and hotel analogies. So for this practice owner, she wants her practice to feel like a Hilton brand experience. She likes the Hilton hotel brand, and that's what she wants to create. So using a language like a Hilton brand gives her an opportunity to explain that to her architect when they're making selections on finishes. That gives her the opportunity to select the right technology vendors and decide how much or how little she wants to use technology. It makes hiring easier when it's clear that you're creating this Hilton brand experience. It makes it easier to figure out how much to pay people and what types of people, what type of experience. So something as simple as identifying with a hotel brand can be that language, that decoder key that makes everything easier. And now she doesn't have to spend so much time trying to communicate to each of these different shareholders who are so different. You need a different thing for your hiring than you do for your architect, but we can use kind of one language and give her the opportunity to make it easy. So she cries less, but she gets decisions made.
Yeah, smile more, cry less. I love it. We have an ABC motto of always be caring, always be collaborating. In your world, always be consistent, because our customers, our patients, people love consistency. So when people are listening to us and thinking, this sounds like me, I'm confused, so many complex things, I pay too much for stuff, I want to get help. Tell us two things. One, you describe yourself as an and, not an or, which I love. And two, how can people reach out to you to get started?
Great question. So yes, we like to be an and. We don't replace who you're currently using. We don't replace your marketing company. We just give them the information to do their job better. We don't replace your accountant. We just take their information and make it so the marketing company can understand if those calls and those clicks are actually going to your bottom line. So we are an and, not an or. And we would love to offer Dental Nachos members an opportunity analysis call. So we'll have you fill out a couple questions. We'll hop on the phone with you and we'll help you see if there's opportunities in your practice to dial levers together to be able to use this one kind of clear decoder ring, get everybody on the same page, and we'll share with you what levers there are in your practice to pull and how much potential additional profit or growth you have in your practice based on that information.
I absolutely love that. I want to tell our audience, take this opportunity to find out where the opportunity analysis to cry less inside, smile more, be less stressed, spend more time with your family, decrease your cost. You can text, I love that word, text levers to 215-543-6454. You can text levers to 215-543-6454 or reach out to us at dentalnachos.com. JJ, thanks so much for supporting our community. It means so much to us.
Thanks, Paul.